What is up, beautiful people? It's your girl Ash checking in with another video. You guys, before I even get started on what I want to talk about today, I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. This world will be nothing without the mothers. The mothers make the world go round. I could keep going, and a special shout out to my mother because she's amazing. So y'all don't understand, y'all. I have been trying to record this video for days, and for some reason it's just been a lot of stuff going on, like my storage. That's been the main problem. A lot of storage issues, and every time I get knee deep into the video, my camera just cuts off. And so we're gonna try this again for like the 100th time. I am determined to get back and being consistent with my videos and my my sports talk, just because I feel like this is my passion and I want to get back to it because I have a lot of input and a lot of really good things that I want to talk about. I think this season is going to be one of the best seasons of the WNBA because I think we're finally seeing the fact that college fans are coming over to the W. I think we were seeing that before. When I recognized it was with Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, that whole thing. And I think that is the beginning of when it really started, because honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I really think that the WNBA, there was always something missing between college and the W. You know, like a lot of fans who were fans of people in college, they stopped watching when it came to the WNBA. And I'm guilty of that as well. You know, growing up, I watched the NBA. So I don't think I really watched a lot of WNBA games, and I wish I had, but I just didn't know what channels they came on. I barely knew when the season started. So it was just really, it wasn't as accessible, and the marketing wasn't in your face the way it is now, to where you can see like, oh, you know, these commercials are coming on and all this stuff is happening to where you actually know when the games are and and all these things. So there's a lot of things that have contributed to the WNBA game growing and just the expansion of the league and the visibility of the league. But nonetheless, the league is growing and I'm super excited about it. And I think this is going to be one of the best seasons yet, you know, to date. Another thing is the fact that they got their CBA deal, you know, and these women are making real money now. When I say real money, I'm talking about these women they're getting 7-figure deals, you know, not no multi-year deals where it's like, okay, you're getting 7 figures over this amount of time. No, they're getting millions a year. Some of these women are getting at least $1 million a year, which is life-changing money in this world. You know, now you're in a different tax bracket. You know what I mean? Like, some of them were already in a different tax bracket, but I'm talking about a whole different tax bracket where it's like, okay, cool, I can live comfy, you know what I mean? And I can take some time, and you know, I don't have to be going overseas. You know, this is a game changer. A lot of these women are not going to have to go overseas in the summer anymore. They can actually be comfortable and live the same way these guys get to have time off. You know, these women were double, you know, overexhausting themselves because they're playing overseas and they're playing in the regular season, you know, so they don't have to go overseas anymore. And of course, we have the Unrivaled League that has completely taken off and has been very successful as well. So they get to, you know, make money doing that as well and have fun and stay in the States, still be close to their families and stuff like that. So I think it's a win-win situation. I think this season, like I said, is going to be amazing. There's so many different storylines that I'm so excited to watch. And this is the first weekend of the WNBA season. And I have so many things that I could talk about, but I don't want to be all over the place. So the first thing I do want to talk about as an Atlanta Dream fan, I just want to just kind of recap that game, give my thoughts on that game, and give my thoughts on where we stand. You know, as you guys know, I wasn't super happy about the way that our season ended last year. It wasn't because it ended, it was the way it ended. I'm really big on like how things end. And the Atlanta Hawks didn't make it any better. Like, it's just like certain things I'd be like, you know, it's an effort thing, and it's a will thing, and that's something you can't teach, but it's something that I value in players and teams and people, is the will to win and to, you know, and if you leave it all on the floor, I can live with that. But it's just like certain decisions. But I'm not gonna get into all that. But anyways, wasn't super happy about the way we ended last season, but I was happy about the fact that we had a good season. You know, we had a really good season. I wasn't happy because I knew we were better than the way that we played in that series. And I knew we were better than the way that the season ended. You know, I just feel like that series in the playoffs just wasn't a great indicator of the success that we had all season. You know, it was like, okay, we played a certain way all season, and then the playoffs come and we play a whole different way. That's why I wasn't really feeling it. You know what I mean? I wasn't happy about the way that we showed up, because we weren't showing up as well as I know we could have, and the potential in all the things, right? Nonetheless, so here we are. It's 2026 and it's a new season. It's a new day. Everybody gets to start off 0-0. Everybody gets to start off with a fresh sheet, you know, fresh slate, whatever, blank canvas. So we're coming into the year, and without even seeing us play, I was very happy and optimistic because the A-Town Barbie arrived in Atlanta. I would have been optimistic already because I liked what we had built and I liked where we were going with what we had last year. But as soon as they said Angel Reese was signing in Atlanta, I knew it was up. And that's the thing too. Angel Reese has that thing that I'm talking about that you can't teach. The will, the grit, the dog. We needed a dog. I think Alicia Gray is a dog. You know what I'm saying? But like, we needed a dog. Like Brittany Griner, she's very, you know, she did her thing, but she ain't that no more. And really, you know, she's, you know, whatever, but we needed a dog. I'm talking about Angel Reese bringing that energy. And that's the type of energy we were missing on our team. I think that was it, because the skill set, Ryan Howard can go between her legs, probably shoot the thing blindfolded backwards and swish it and stuff like that. But when it comes down time to win the game, it's those plays like those block shots. It's that, okay, you missed, but like, come on, let's get it. Let's get it together. It's okay. You know, it's the, when someone's head is down, you lifting their head up. It's that. That's the stuff you can't teach. And that's the stuff I saw Angel Reese do in college. That's the stuff that I saw Angel Reese do, you know, in Chicago, you know, before things got crazy in Chicago. Like, that's the stuff that I saw. And that's the type of stuff that we need on this team, you know? So when Angel Reese came, I knew we had a dog, and I knew we had a very important and vital piece, you know, that we were missing on this team. So, brief overview of the game last night. First of all, I need the WNBA to do better with this. I don't know who's in charge of this, all these deals that y'all make with you know, watching these games. But why is it so hard as a local fan of a team to watch a game of their own team? You know, I was like, okay, cool, I can get WNBA pass, but they're like, oh, well, you're within this certain location, so you can't watch it on League Pass. Why? That's ridiculous, you know? And then I'm like, okay, cool. Peachtree TV, I can't find Peachtree TV. Everyone's streaming now. Where's Peachtree TV? They're saying there's no app for it. So then they're like, okay, YouTube TV. I don't want to pay for YouTube TV just to watch the Dream. But I'm already comfy in my pajamas, so I'm like, I'm not going out either. So I just had to kind of finesse and find little ways to see clips and piece things together. And then ultimately, when the game was over, I just had to watch all the highlights. But I was kind of tapped in, you know, to the game throughout, just seeing the score and stuff like that. So starting off, I saw that we were down by a lot of points, and I was like, what's happening? I'm looking at it. No one's shooting well, but I honestly didn't expect. This is the thing too. When you have a new player that joins a team, new players, not just one, but you add a big player like Angel Reese into the fold, it takes time for that chemistry to build. So I'm not expecting us to come out and be our best in the first game of the season. But I also wasn't expecting the way that we started off that game. Because the way that game started off, I was like, oh, we about to get blown out in game one. This ain't, you know, I was like, okay, cool. You know, but I also knew, like I said, it takes time for chemistry to build. It takes time for, you know, people to learn the plays and to learn their spots and their roles on the team and stuff like that. Okot as well, being a first round pick, you know, it takes time for all of that stuff to happen. So I was like, dang, like it might take we might need a little more time, you know. But then I started to see the lead start to go down. Granted, going into halftime, we down 17. So then third quarter, that's when I started kind of peeping like, oh, we cutting into the lead. We still fighting. I could live with that too. You know, we still fighting. If you fighting, I'm a support you because you fighting. Like, I can't be a fan and you not fighting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, and when I say be a fan, I'm gonna be a fan regardless. But I can't entertain and waste my time watching you if you ain't fighting, if you laying down. Why am I watching the game? I'm not doing that. So then I'm seeing they fighting, right? Then it gets to the point now they was down 17. I'm looking and now they down 7. So they didn't shave 10 points off. I said, oh, it's a game. We in it. We in it. We getting the momentum and everything like that. I'm constantly watching. And then next thing I know, we down like 2. Then I see we tied. You know what I'm saying? We tied at like 85. And I'm like, oh, shoot. We really in this thing. Like, we can win. Like, at first I'm like, okay, I just want the game to be close. You know, it's entertaining. We can win this now, you know? So it came down to the final, like, play, literally at the end of the game. And we ended up pulling off by 1 point. But let me tell you the things that stood out to me about this game. Number 1, we fought. We fought to the end. We didn't give up. That means something. The resilience means a lot. That means a lot. We had, I think, 4 or 5 players in double figures. That means a lot. That means you're spreading the ball around. You're sharing the ball. That means a lot. Tahina Pow hit a game-winning shot at the end of the game. That's good for her confidence, but also she's like that, and she's one of them ones, and they got to stop playing with Tahina Pow. She's like that. She's really like that. So shout out to her for hitting that game-winning shot. Another thing that stood out, Angel Reese had another double-double. Her first game of the season, double-double. All these people talk all this stuff, but Angel Reese had a double-double again. Talk to her nice. Stop playing with Angel Reese. Did she make all of her shots? No, but who does? You know, and I'm not making any excuses for her. I think she's going to continue to get more comfortable and she's going to get better. But yeah, loving what I'm seeing from Angel Reese. And I've always loved what I saw from Angel Reese, even when she was in college. Angel Reese is a winner. And that's all I got to say about that. Another thing, Alicia Gray, huge third quarter, huge second half of the game. You know, clock it. She's a dog. Like, when I talk about a dog, she's a dog. She's a dog. I love Alicia Gray. Love everything about her. Amazing second half. Ryan Howard, very streaky. That's always been my thought about Ryan Howard. But it's so crazy because she's literally one of the most offensively skilled players on our team. She's very streaky. I want her to be more consistent, and I want her to understand who she really is. Sometimes I don't be thinking she understands that she's her. Like, she's the first, like, you were the first overall pick. Play like it. Because sometimes she does, but sometimes she doesn't. And that's the thing that's irritating to me, is that she's just very inconsistent. So I'm hoping that she can kind of get that together. Another thing that stood out to me was Alicia Gray's defense as well. You know, she had a really key block at the end of the game. So we passed the eye test to me. You know what I mean? The beginning was rough. I'm not going to lie. But the second half showed me a lot, and the resilience that we had. And again, I'm not saying we finna come out here and win every single game. But what I will say is that a resilient team, as talented as we are, mixed with resilience, that's what's going to make us tough come playoff time. That's going to make us tough towards the meat and potatoes of the season. All right? So that was one of the glaring things that stood out to me. But overall, I'm very happy and pleased with our team. I can't wait to see what happens when Brianna Jones comes back. I think that's going to make us even more dangerous than we already are. And yeah, Medina Okot, she made a few shots, got some rebounds. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, y'all. Like, I'm feeling very good about our team. You know what I mean? Oh, and another thing, this is huge. We picked up Aaliyah Nye off of the free agent, out of the waivers or whatever. That's huge for us. Very huge. Aaliyah Nye is a slept-on player in this league, and I hope she plays with a chip on her shoulder the whole rest of the season. That girl can shoot that ball. She can shoot that ball. So with her and Pow, baby, bombs away. Bombs away. All they got to do is penetrate and kick. Penetrate, kick. Pass down to Angel Reese. She did post up, kick it back out. I'm talking about threes, raining threes. That's going to make our offense even better. And she's a pretty big guard. Like, I really like her a lot. So shout out to Atlanta Dream for getting her. I'm very impressed with that pickup. That's a really, really good pickup. So that was pretty much it as far as the Dream. Super excited to see the rest of our seasons. The games. Oh my God. Clearly it's time for me to turn this video off. I'm very excited to see the rest of the games this season. Whew, all right. But yeah, so that's that on that. Anyways, you guys, thanks for tuning in to my video. Y'all got a lot more coming this season. Make sure that y'all like, subscribe, comment, give me your opinions. Be nice, because I will delete your comment and act like you don't exist. And I will block you if I can. I don't know if I can. But yeah, like, we're not doing all that crazy stuff. Only basketball comments about, you know, you don't have to agree with me. But yeah, just keep it cute in the comments. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy your day. Peace.